Take the field, you want to win, and that's our goal, is to win the ball game. So obviously we didn't get that done tonight, and although we didn't get that done, there was a lot of good things, there were a lot of bad things, and there were some okay things in the ball game. I did like several things that I saw out there, and we as a coaching staff, of course, will dissect it when we watch the tape tomorrow and and make the corrections. But there's a lot of things that we need to fix, and that's what the preseason is for. It's for you to evaluate your team, put your roster together, and this is just step one in the 4 steps that we go through as we get ready for the regular season. With that, I'll open it up for questions. Darryl?
Yeah, Coach, could you talk about the play of Julio Jones in those first 3 series tonight?
Well, I think Julio got indoctrinated into what the NFL's about. And, in terms of the plays that he made, they were outstanding. I think all 3 touches were for first downs. So he showed some skills that we saw when he was playing at the University of Alabama. And we'll watch the tape though, and I'm sure we'll find some things that we've got to correct. We all made mistakes, starting with me, in terms of the game management and all that. But really thought Julio did some good things.
Could you talk about the first team defense? Pick, punt, pick. They got off the field.
That's the way to start your season. In the preseason, is you want to have a fast start, and I thought that the defense did a very good job. Ball disruptions and taking the ball away is a big emphasis point. And I think 2 interceptions and a 3 and out in the first 6 plays was the way that you'd like to start. So, and again, I want to be a little cautious because you got to watch the tape and really, see what transpired out there. But the effort by everybody on our team, they were running the football in the 59th minute just like they were in the first minute, and that gives you, a chance.
He seemed pretty determined to get Julio the ball, and then I guess get him out pretty quick.
I don't know if it was, it wasn't determined to get him the ball. It was the way that the defense was trying to defend us. That's where the ball's going to go, and that's the way our offense is designed. If they're going to try to take somebody away, then we're going to try to make sure that we get it to the guy that's getting the one-on-one or getting the matchup that we like. So, we put our 15, we script our first 15, and our first 15 is scripted based on how people are going to try to defend us.
Were there miscommunications on those 2 deep balls that got over the top to get them right back in?
Yeah, and it was tough for those guys. And again, when you're out there, we saw a route combination, and I'm not defending the young man that was out there, but we had not seen that route combination. It'll be part of our installation as we move into next week, and it was something that he hadn't seen. And it was 2 good plays by them. There were some other things that were involved in terms of when you're pressuring, you've got to get pressure on the quarterback, and we didn't get pressure on the quarterback, and he was able to throw the ball down the field.
There seemed to be a little bit of confusion on special teams. Both Weems kind of taking the early.
There was no confusion. That was a coaching decision going into the ball game that we were going to fair catch with certain guys that were back there. That was not anything but the young man doing what I asked him to do, and that was a coaching decision in terms of what we were going to do in our special teams up to a certain point in the ball game.
And what about the punt return?
On the punt
their punt return for the touchdown.
Well, on their punt return, we lost leverage and the ball got outside of us. The kick was we outkicked our coverage, and they were able to get outside. And anytime you lose leverage, you got 9 guys or 10 guys running inside out.
What do you think about Matt's second drive over 3 to start the game? He did. It was a nice drive. The next time guys get the ball.
No, I thought that Matt played well. It's funny. He came to me at halftime. Said, "Man, getting that first drive. I think the last 2 preseasons, I think it was almost the same result. At least that's what he indicated to me. Getting that first one out of the way, and then we got rolling. And he executed the offense. I think he had over 122 quarterback passer rating. So you like that. 6 out of 10, 90 yards, and he moved the ball around and got it to where it needed to be. And we got the work that we need to get done with that group, and we'll make the corrections and start our installation for the next week. And this week we're moving on to Jacksonville, and we got to go down there and work against those guys before we play them. So.
How tough of a spot was that for Froman with the minute 30 game on the line? It's just a preseason game, but for him, that's a big.
Oh, you gotta love it though, Daryl, right? I mean, it was a tough spot, but you gotta love it. I mean, hey, you looked at him, and I looked at him on that sideline, and he didn't have, he didn't have any looks like he was afraid about going out there. I really liked his look, and he's put in a tough spot, and we were able to, get a completion down the field. We weren't able to convert it and finish it off. But that's a great experience, not only for him, but for every one of those young guys who are out there and everybody on our football team, knowing that that's the way that we try to approach games. We play to win, and that's very important.
Coach, what do you think about the player Jaquiz? First couple runs, he seemed a little timid, but he kind of came on towards the end there.
Yeah, I thought Jaquiz, for his first action, got in there. I was very impressed. He hit the hole and was straight downhill. So again, we'll watch the tape and see. But again, guys, this first preseason game is a great learning experience for everybody. I'm going to tell you, not only the players, but for the coaches and for the staff to get back into the swing of things, how we do things, and organizationally, from sideline organization to communication with the trainers, it's a communication with the doctors. It's a learning experience, and it's the first one of 4 for us as we get ready for the regular season.
What do you think about Dominique Franks, both in the secondary and especially?
I thought Dominic did some good things from what I saw on the sideline in the secondary. It's a little easier to evaluate a guy when he's a punt returner than he is as a secondary guy. Your focus is on that, but he definitely shows some skills that back there as a punt returner. We knew that he could return punts. He's done it in practice. This was the first opportunity for him to do it in a game, and I think he made the most of it.
Do you have an update on John Parker Wilson, who left the game, and any other?
No, I don't. I have not met with the trainer or the doctor. We'll do that here before we get out of here tonight, and we'll have a lot more information on this status of all of our guys. It was a physical football game on Sunday morning.
You think Bosher, was he nervous at all?
Oh, I'm sure he was. Heck, I was. You get out there and we haven't been out there. It's our first ball game. I'm sure he was, but I thought he handled it well. He had to do 3 jobs for us. He had to punt, he had to kick off, and he had to do the placements. And I thought he was efficient in all 3 areas. So we've got to correct some things in those phases of our game, but I think he did a nice job.
Coach, I know this is kind of simple here, but just in general, how good does it feel just to actually be on the field, just coaching a football game, period?
It's
just from
what we do, and to be able to get out there and do it. I know every man in that locker room was very, very excited that we were playing a football game in the Georgia Dome. I know every coach on the coaching staff was, and I'm sure every fan that was in the stands was. It was great for us to be back to playing football. And the last 15 days have been fantastic. We've been able to work with our players and spend some time with them, and that's what coaching is all about.
Okay, guys.